Hi students and friends, welcome to my channel. This is Sir Ayaz. I will continue my lesson for the topic formula, stoichiometry and the mole concept. The learning outcomes would be to reduce the formula of simple compounds from the relative numbers of atoms present and vice versa. In this lesson, I will teach you how you can work out the formula of compounds from the relative number of atoms present. In my last lesson, I have talked about chemical symbol, chemical formula, and valency. Chemical symbol is used to represent atom of different elements. For example, Mg is a symbol for the element magnesium. K is the symbol for the element potassium. Chemical formula is used to represent chemical compounds, either ionic or covalent. For instance, NaOH is the chemical formula of sodium hydroxide. NaOH, sodium hydroxide. SO3 is a chemical formula of sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide, etc. Valency is the combining power of an atom or compound ion. For ionic compounds, valency is equal to the charge on the ion. For metals, it is always equal to the group number. That is the number of electrons metals are going to lose during formation of ionic bonds. These are the metals. These are the valency of the metals. On the other hand, for non-metals, it is always equal to the number of electrons they are going to gain or share during bonding. These are the non-metals. We call the staircase line. Now look at this periodic table. Here are the valencies of different groups. It will be helpful. These are the valency 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This will help you in predicting the valency. And this will be helpful while predicting the chemical formula between two different elements. Transition metals are the only exceptions as they have more than one valency. These are the transition metals. They have more than one valency. For instance, Cu plus 2 and Cu plus, iron 3 plus, and iron Fe2 plus. Zinc is the only transition metal which does not follow this trend. It has a fixed valency of plus 2. This is zinc. It has fixed valency of plus 2. These are the valencies. Group 1, 2, group 3, group 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to learn these valency. It will be helpful in predicting the formula. Now let's work out the chemical formula. I will start with the metal from group 1 like lithium. Lithium belongs to group 1. This is a symbol for lithium. And non-metal from group 7 like fluorine. This fluorine symbol is F. Valency for group 1 is plus 1 and for group 7 is minus 1. Ignore the charges and valency will be written as subscripts like this. Subscripts will be swapped swap these subscripts and divided by the smallest number only if the big number is divisible. The big number is 1 here, we have only 1 here. Otherwise, the subscript will be simplified. The final formula would be LiF. LiF. It is lithium fluoride. Lithium fluoride. Remember, whenever we write formula or name, we will start with the metal or the compound ion with positive charge on it. Positive charge ion, this metal. We'll start with this one. Let's do this again, and this time I am taking the metal from group 2 and non-metal from group 6. For instance, magnesium belongs to group 2, oxygen that belongs to group 6. The subscripts will be swapped again and then simplified here. You see, both of these numbers are same, and we'll divide 2 by 2. What we will get? We'll get the 1 by 1 ratio. The final formula would be MgO. The name is magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. What if we have metal from group 3 like aluminium and non-metal from group 5 like nitrogen? Again, the subscript will be swapped and simplified. Let me write their valency, ignoring their charges, swapping and simplifying, we'll get this. The final formula would be AlN. And the name is aluminium nitride. Aluminium nitride. But what if we have situation like there's metal from group 1 like sodium, group 1, and non-metal from group 6 like sulfur? Valencies for both of these will be different subscripts. These will be swapped again. We'll get Na2S as the final formula. Na2S. The name will be sodium sulfide. Let's do this with the metal from group 2 like calcium and non-metal from group 7 like bromine. Their valencies, which are subscript, will be swapped. We will get CaBr2 and the name is calcium bromide. Now let's predict the formula between two different non-metals. Carbon from group 4 and chlorine from group 7. Carbon, group 4, chlorine from group 7. Subscripts will be swapped and the final formula would be CCl4. CCl4. The name is carbon tetrachloride. Tetra means 4. Tetra means 4. Mono means 1. Di means 2. Tri means 3. Now let's take silicon from group 4. And oxygen from group 6. The final formula would be SiO2. Its name is silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide. It is also called silica. Common name is sand. Monocoastal. But what if there is transition metal like Cu2 plus ion? Cu plus 2 and group 6 non-metal like sulfur. Subscript will be swapped and simplified. The final formula would be CuS. The name is copper 2 sulfide. Copper 2 sulfide. You have seen that I have to mention the charge of the transition metal ion in the name in the form of Latin. The chemical formula between iron 3 plus ion and chlorine will be FeCl3. It's a symbol of iron, charge of iron. Chlorine belongs to group 7. Name will be iron 3 chloride. Iron 3 chloride. S3 is the valency for iron. Remember, zinc is excluded from this criteria. Zinc does not follow this trend. For instance, in case of hydroxide of zinc, you will write ZnOH whole twice. And the name is simply zinc hydroxide. ZnOH whole twice, zinc hydroxide. No need to write any Latin number here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel, like and share my video.